Chapter 3. Stranded by the storm. Kaya remembered the storms here on the big river were often fierce ones. She picked up the baby and hurried with speaking rain toward the women, where the baby's mother took him and carried him into her teepee. The wind quickly grew wilder. As the sky blackened, other women rushed to bring their belongings and coals for the fire inside. Toddler whined, wanting to follow Kaya, but huddled up with the other dogs, his head buried in his tail. The white-haired woman led the girls to her teepee. When they were inside, she fastened the teepee flaps securely against the gusts. The woman was plump-cheeked and very old, her shoulders bent as if she were carrying a heavy load. She had rolled an elk hide and motioned for Kaya to sit on it. Then she led Speaking Rain to the hide and spoke quietly with her. Kaya was surprised to realize that Speaking Rain spoke Salish now. I told White Braids that you're my sister, Speaking Rain said to Kaya. She's the one who found me and saved my life. Thank you for saving my sister, Kaya signed to White Braids. You are welcome here with us, White Braids signed to Kaya. Then she poured water from a rawhide bag into a cooking basket and set about heating stones in the fire so that she could cook with them. Kaya leaned close to Speaking Rain. Tell me what happened after I escaped and left you behind, Kaya urged her. Many times I thought how hard it must have been for you. Many times I thought how hard it must have been for you. I should never have gone. But I wanted you to go, Speaking Rain insisted. She held her doll tightly. I couldn't have kept up with you. Two hawks told us how difficult your journey was. Pelting rain began to drive against the teepee covering. This storm reminds me of the night I escaped, Kaya said. Was other woman angry when she discovered I was gone? Did she whip you for helping me get away? She was angry, but she didn't whip me, Speaking Rain said. They were all hurrying to pack up and break camp. They wanted to get back to their own country before snow stranded them. Somehow you got away from them too, Kaya said. Did they abandon you? Speaking Rain put her hand on Kaya's arm. I don't know what happened, sister. I found my way to the river to drink and wash. When I came back, everyone was gone. Maybe in their rush they forgot about me. I was alone. My poor sister, Kaya breathed. What did you do? I tried to stay calm, Speaking Rain said. I needed a place to sleep, to hide. I crawled through the thicket near the river until I found I found grass trampled where a deer had bedded down. Low branches sheltered the nest. I decided to stay there. Even if I could have found a trail, I never had been able to follow it. Did you have any food? Kaya asked. They taken all the food, Speaking Rain said. I tried to eat grass, but I couldn't keep it down. After a few sleeps, I was so weak that I could scarcely walk, and the nights grew colder and colder. As Kaya listened to her sister's story, her heart hurt in her chest. You must have been frightened, she said softly. I knew I would die, so I tried to make my spirit strong, Speaking Rain said, but I drifted in and out of swirling dreams, awake, asleep. I didn't know anymore, but I heard steps in the grass, steady ones, not a deer browsing. Someone was walking nearby. I moaned. The steps came closer, and I felt the touch of my cheek. White Braids found you there? Kaya said. Speaking Rain said. She was with a small group returning north. She'd come to the river to get driftwood for a fire. What happened after she found you? Kaya asked. For a long time I was sick, coughing, choking, Speaking Rain said. Each breath burned, and my face flamed. White Braids brewed wapal for my fever. Every day she carried me into a sweat lodge and bathed me. She fed me broth and mush. She treated me as if I were her own child, and slowly I got stronger. When the digging season came, I was able to travel with her to the root fields. That's where Two Hawks and his family found me. A sudden gust of wind forced Smoke back inside the teepee. Squinting, White Braids fanned the smoke away from Speaking Rain, then went back to tending the fire. When the stones were hot, she dropped them into the basket of water and added pieces of salmon to boil. When White Braids was a young woman, she had a daughter, Speaking Rain said, but her little girl died. White Braids says that now she has a second daughter, me. I sleep by her side and warm her. When her shoulders ache, I rub them. I carry bundles of firewood for her. She trades the hemp cord I make for hides and other things we need. You've cared for White Braids just as she's cared for you, Kaya said. Who will help her now that we found you again? Speaking Rain pressed her fist to her lips. Then she took Kaya's hand in hers. Listen to me, she said slowly, as if she thought through carefully what she wanted to say. It's true that White Braids brought me here to join my family again. But Kaya, when she saved my life, I made a vow that I'd never ever leave her. I can't break that vow. I can never live with you again. Kaya couldn't make sense of what she heard. Speaking Rain was back, she was safe, but she could never live with them again? Why do you say that? Her voice trembled with disbelief. Itza and Tota have been so sad. Brown Deer missed you terribly, and so did the twins. You're my sister. You must come back to us. Speaking Rain leaned closer and squeezed Kaya's hand harder. Please try to understand, she said. When White Braids gave me back my life, I vowed I'd repay her. It was a solemn vow, sister, and I won't break it. I know in my heart this is right. Kaya stared at her sister's serious face. She didn't believe what she was hearing. No, she couldn't believe that she had found her sister only to lose her again. Surely White Braids won't let you give up your family, Kaya said. She lost her own daughter. She knows how sad your mother would be to lose you. I haven't told her yet that I'll never leave her, Speaking Rain admitted, but I'm sure she'll respect my vow. White Braids took the fish from the cooking basket with tongs and divided it into 2 bowls made of horn. She placed one bowl in Speaking Rain's hands and gave the other one to Kaya. Kaya tried to eat the delicious food, but her mouth was so dry she couldn't swallow. Her thoughts whirled like smoke in the wind. She wanted her sister back, but how could she convince Speaking Rain that it was best to be with her own family? And was it right to urge her sister to break her solemn vow? Someone was at the doorway. White Braids unfastened the flaps and pulled them aside. It was Two Hawks. In a burst of rain, he came, drenched into the teepee, and he started when he saw Kaya. Tots, you're here, he said. You see, I did what I promised. I found your sister. You did as you did. Kaya was more grateful than she could say, and she was proud of him too. A powerful-looking man followed Two Hawks inside. He and the boy dried and warmed themselves with deer hides. Then, because Two Hawks could speak both languages, he acted as an interpreter. He told Kaya that the man was his father and that his mother had stayed behind in their own country. Then he told his father that Kaya was the girl who had fled with him over the buffalo trail. Two Hawks' father put his hand on Kaya's shoulder. With Two Hawks interpreting, he told her he was grateful to her and her people. He wanted to greet her parents and unite them with their lost daughter again. As Kaya listened, she thought, they don't know Speaking Rain has decided not to come back to us. Though she sounds so sure, maybe she has her own doubts. Again, Kaya thanked Two Hawks and his father, but she asked if they'd seen her horse and any of their herds. No one has seen your horse yet, Two Hawks said, but someone will have Nimipu horses and yours. Don't give up hope. I'll try to keep hoping, Kaya said, keeping her voice steady, but could she? Two Hawks' father spoke to him again. My father says you must stay with us tonight, Two Hawks told Kaya. No one can take a canoe across the river in a storm like this. When it's over, my father will find some fishermen to take you to the other side. Kaya didn't want to stay. She wanted to take her sister back to her own people. When Speaking Rain was with them, she realized that it was right, but Kaya had no choice. White Braids served the men the food she prepared, but sat down beside Speaking Rain. From time to time, she removed a small bone from Speaking Rain's bowl of fish, or gave her more mashed berries. After their meal, White Braids took up the fishing net she was mending and gave Speaking Rain shredded hemp to make cord. For a while, they worked quietly. Speaking Rain kept an even tension on the strands of hemp as she rolled them together into a long cord. Kaya marveled at how expert Speaking Rain had become. Her cord was smooth and strong. Praising her work, White Braids patted her shoulder. As Kaya watched them work, her own feelings were as tightly twisted as the cord. She saw that her sister wasn't just helping White Braids, but old women relied on her now in a way that Kaya and her family never had. It came to her that a part of Speaking Rain was already gone from them, and this time Kaya was the one to be left behind. T2, was that a bird call? Glad to be distracted from her painful thoughts, Kaya looked over her shoulder. Two Hawks had taken a flute from his bag and had played those sweet notes on it. Looking pleased with himself, he held up the flute for Kaya to examine. This flute was longer and more finely crafted than the first one he'd made, and when he put it to his lips, he could play a melody. Biel listened to Two Hawks play the soft, beautiful song. But his father laughed and said something to White Braids that made her laugh too. What did he say? Kaya asked her sister. As Kaya watched them work, her own feelings were as tightly twisted as the cord. Speaking Rain leaned close. He said that when he was young, he could play love songs well because he got so much practice, she whispered with a smile. He said that soon Two Hawks will be old enough to serenade the girls as he once did. Kaya studied to her friend. He was no longer the angry, stubborn, skinny boy who crossed the buffalo trail with her. He was taller, his shoulders were broader, and his dark eyes were clear and bright. She realized with surprise that someday he would be a handsome young man. She wanted to tell him that she liked the tune he played, but suddenly she was shy. Instead, she took Speaking Rain's doll and with her finger showed her sister where she'd mended it. Outside the teepee, the storm howled, but inside it was dry and warm. When it was time to sleep, White Braids spread deer hides on both sides of the fire. Two Hawks and his father laid down on one side. On the other side, Speaking Rain lay on her bed of hides next to the old woman's. Here's a place for you beside me, she said to Kaya, as though everything were just as it had always been. Except that everything's different, Kaya thought. Kaya lay down and tried to sleep, but she was troubled and restless. She felt the familiar warmth of her sister's shoulder against her own, but in her heart she was cold and lonely. Creator, spare my life from accidents, illness, and loneliness, Kaya prayed silently. Help me to face life with a strong will and without fear of man or beast or change.